Hey guys, welcome into Keep It About Ball from ZBR, daily sports betting talk with me, Zach of ZBR. I'm an amateur bettor and a casual fan, so please do not take this as official advice. I'm just here to share my betting journey. Please don't forget to subscribe to the show on YouTube at ZBR Sports so we can grow our channel and hit our goal of 50 subscribers. And as always, thank you guys for listening.
Hello and welcome into Keep It About Ball on this very tired Monday. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I think I had one too many Modelo's last night. Not like hungover, but like, just kind of tired. Didn't get quite enough sleep because they couldn't just put us out of our misery in fourth quarters. They had to make it 5. And they used the whole overtime too. But no, not like hungover, just a little tired, maybe a bit of a tummy ache, ready for bed. Maybe I just described a hangover, but it's not a hangover, I promise. But we're not here to talk about my poor life choices. We're here to keep it about ball. I feel like the game probably went about how most people expected. Some people might have expected a few more points, but I think they probably still expected it to be close. I think the only people that were expecting blowouts were probably delusional fans on either side. I think anyone who really looked at it and said honestly, they were like, this is going to be a good game. And it was. It was a very competitive game. Script did the most. Sorry, I had to get that out there. No, it was a great game. Very entertaining. I really only had like 2 takeaways from the game, and that's one is just Kyle Shanahan. Man, what's going on there, dude? Like, it's starting to be suspicious. I'm not even gonna lie. Well, what are we doing now? What are we doing there, Kyle? Come on now. But no, that and just the Travis Kelce and the Andy Reid thing, kind of dumb. I know they both brushed it off after the game, but they just won the Super Bowl. Of course they did. They're not going to sit there and dwell on it in that moment. I think we'll probably hear about that a lot throughout the offseason. Whether or not it is a thing, like actually a thing within the locker room for them, which I think it probably could become, because players can't be pushing coaches like that, even in the Super Bowl. If it's any other player that isn't signed by Pfizer or dating Taylor Swift, they're not getting away with that. I'm sorry, that's not happening. Someone made the reference to me. They were like, "Can you imagine Gronk doing that to Bill?" And I was like, "No, I can't." And if it did happen, what would have happened? What would have happened if George Kittle goes and does that to Kyle Shanahan? What do you think's gonna happen? It's just. And people, and the Chiefs fans, and I really don't want to make this about harping on Chiefs fans, but instantly making the excuse about, it's a Super Bowl, it's competitive, but that's not an excuse. It's really not. But we're gonna hear about that this offseason, whether or not it is actually a thing, and really or not, they don't care. The media is gonna make sure it's a thing all offseason. Isn't me. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm probably going to talk about it just as a point of reference to talk shit on the Chiefs and Travis Kelce, just because, as we all have established by now, I am a certified Chiefs hater. That's what I do. I'm going to use it as that point. But as far as like mainstream media and stuff, they're going to use it as like an actual like driving line and not just like talking dumb shit, on my podcast, like. I wouldn't be surprised if there's ESPN, Fox News stories and stuff about it, or Fox Sports, whatever. Fox News too. Probably they're probably gonna have some slow days. Actually, no, it's election year. They won't have it. But keep it about ball. Keep it about ball. I think that's gonna be an interesting storyline across ESPN, all that kind of stuff. But other than that, not a whole lot of takeaways from the Super Bowl. Commercial game, pretty weak. I didn't watch the halftime show, not because I wasn't interested, just wasn't able to watch it. We had to go run, let the dogs out real quick, so weren't able to catch it. I heard it. Pretty much everything I saw was really good. I think I saw one or two people saying it sucked, but yeah, I don't know. I like a couple Usher songs, so I might go back and watch that tonight and maybe rate that tomorrow in tomorrow's episode. Hopefully it's good. I don't want to have to say anything bad about Usher, honestly. But yeah, so NFL's done for this year. Chiefs are Super Bowl champs. We all probably saw it coming. Now we focus in on NBA. If you're like me, maybe trying to learn a little bit more about the NHL, gosh, it feels like there's a lot to learn. I can't even lie. It feels a little overwhelming. I subscribe to a couple NHL podcasts. You hear me not covering them, but talking about them a little bit here on the podcast, and man, I just hear some people talking about it. I'm like, man, that's a lot to learn. And it's the same with UFC, and I feel like that's kind of part of why I haven't gotten into UFC too, because there's all these different, there's ground game, there's jiu-jitsu, there's wrestling, there's striker, there's boxers, there's grapplers, there's I don't even know what else, but I know there's like 4 or 5, probably more than that, other styles, and just all the technicalities that come with all the different things, and just the technicalities of the sport too. It just seems kind of overwhelming sometimes. I can't even lie. But, trying to focus in on some NHL. MLB's coming up real soon. Real soon. Pitchers and catchers reporting probably later this month in like a couple weeks or so. Spring training next month. It's coming fast. No homo. It's coming fast. It'll be here soon. That's what I should have said. So if you're not a baseball bettor, I highly recommend. It's a lot of fun. If it's probably my favorite. If not, it's hockey. I'm not really sure which. I like betting both a lot. There's definitely some real money to be made following baseball, for sure. If you find a long season strategy and just stick to it, you can make some serious money. I didn't get into baseball until too far into last year, really after I got hurt, because I'd been busy working and stuff before that and really hadn't gotten into it because it was only May. It was still early in the year. And then I get hurt, very end of May, early June, and I'm just sitting at home all day with nothing to do. I started diving into baseball and got fairly kind of deep into it. And by the time I caught the trend, it was too late in the year, but I looked at it, and I caught it on my own, but it was the Oakland A's. What was it? What was the line? It was 1.5. It was if you bet them 1.5, you just take the 1.5 spread against them every game last year. I forget what the profit was, but it was a lot. And it was just you find those kind of things like that, you find the team that is going to be bad, that's going to lose close to 100 games, and maybe, especially if they're just a lifeless team, kind of like the A's were last year. For the most part, they had a couple moments, where they kind of got a little streaky, kind of had a couple little heaters, where some people also just cast, and when that happens, you just switch over to bet their money line until they lose, 2 games in a row again, and then go back to betting their spread. Yeah, not betting advice. Don't listen to me. But baseball has been the best sport, knock on wood, that I have bet so far. Aside from maybe hockey. At this point, going into starting betting hockey this year, maybe that was my best sport. But at this point in the year, I don't know if I can say it that's still though. Maybe it's close to being about even. Yeah, and if you guys have followed for long enough, you know that doesn't mean that I'm good at hockey. That just means it's probably one of my best ones. And same with baseball. It doesn't mean I'm good at it. It doesn't mean it's my best one. As always, not gambling advice. But yeah, that's all coming up in the future, But for tonight, we do got some NBA. Looking at the slate, we got Pacers at Hornets. I take the Pacers. I take the Cavs at home against Philly. Give me the Bulls on the road at the Hawks. I'll take the Kelly Olynyk-led Raptors. Look at me butchering my guy's name. Over the Spurs. I'll take the Knicks over the Rockets. I'll take the Pels over the Grizz. Tough one, but I'll take the Nuggets over the Bucks. Wizards should get whooped by the Mavs in a high-scoring one, but this is one I low-key, if it is a high-scoring one, if the Wizards are shooting hot enough, the Mavericks aren't going to... They're not stopping anybody. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Wizards, they are pretty bad. But the Wizards can put up some points. They might shoot themselves into a victory here, especially if the Mavericks maybe have a bit of a down night. They might shoot themselves into a win here. I'm not taking them. I'll still take the Mavs. But wouldn't rule it out. I'll take the Jazz at home over the Warriors. And then, actually, you know what? No. Yeah, I'm gonna go Warriors over the Jazz. You know, Jazz. I honestly haven't even looked the last couple of days at what the Jazz have done. I've been just kind of Super Bowl focused on that and what they've done since they traded Kelly Olynyk. But I'm just gonna assume that they've lost a couple of games. Actually, matter of fact, why don't we just go check that? Jazz. Okay. What have y'all been up to? Oh, of course, it just comes up with the genre of music. What have y'all been doing since you traded Kelly Olynyk here? My guy. And also, coldest take of all time, it was, if you heard it the other day on here, I said, it was when Kelly Olynyk got traded, I said, oh, well, he's probably not even from Toronto. Bro is from Toronto. I was like, he's probably from halfway across the country. No, he's from Toronto. Oh, man. I couldn't have been more wrong about the Jazz here. Okay. They're like 2-3 since the trade deadline, or was that 2-3? When was the trade deadline? Was that Monday? No, not even close. It's Thursday. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling here at this point. So, yeah, we got a lot of NCAA men's action going on tonight. No homo over there, college hoops. Or not a lot, but a decent little amount. Couple ranked matchups here. Number 6, Kansas going on the road at Texas Tech. Should be a fun one. Wake Forest going to number 9 Duke. Wake Forest 16-7, not a scrub of a team. What's Texas Tech? 17-6. Yes, they're not. Yeah, no scrubs there. So those should be a couple of good college games if you're looking for a college game to bet on. I don't have any wagers for the night. Late day at work, and like I said, tired as always. Too many Modelos, fool. But you guys, until tomorrow, fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Chiefs. And fuck the Chiefs. Let's cash some bets and keep it about ball.
Thank you for listening to Keep It About Ball. Don't forget to follow the show on Twitter and subscribe to us on YouTube at ZBR Sports. And as always, thank you for listening and for your support.